This story started over 100 years ago in 1906 when Margaret Mary Enright was born. And in 1905 when Regis Beigel was born. These two met in their 20s. Reg called her Marg, short for Margaret, and she called him Reg. They married in 1933. A year later, in 1934, Mary came along. In 1936, Peter came. 1938, Regi. 1940, Danny. 1947, Johnny. 1945, Georgie. And after a break of 5 years in 1950, me and Peggy came along. Mom used to say that all of us were born by the rhythm method. You might need to be Catholic to know what that means. When I think of Mom, I see an angel. She had a big, loving heart that sustained all of us. And Reg did his best to keep law and order and food on the table. Mom taught us kindness and love, and Reg taught us fairness and to be practical. Now, we were not a perfect family. At the time when we were growing up, there used to be these TV shows like Father Knows Best that showed perfect parents and perfect kids. I used to wonder why our family wasn't like that and why our father wasn't like Robert Young in Father Knows Best. You know, at Christmas, we always had a lousy-looking Christmas tree because Reg would buy the cheapest one. And being Catholic, for Friday dinner, Reg would get bargain basement fish. When we were 16, we all had to go to work. You know, Robert Young never did this kind of stuff in his home. His home was perfect. But you know, later on, when I found out that Robert Young was an alcoholic, boy, did that ever make me happy. And Mom, she had one golden rule that we all had to live by, and that is you always love and stick up for each other. That we were one for all and all for one, no matter what. I once asked her, does this apply if one of us is in jail? And she said, you love them no matter what. I thought for sure one of my brothers was going to end up in jail, especially Johnny. But that never happened. They went on to college. They did pretty good for themselves. Peggy and I had 2 older sisters and 4 older brothers who were our heroes. We had the best seats in the family house. By the time we were 10, we knew how to put on makeup, do our hair, ski, play baseball, make a tackle, and throw a football better than any kid in the neighborhood. It was a fun and exciting time. And things really got going when Aunt Hilda showed up. Aunt Hilda was Reg's sister. She wasn't married, never had any kids of her own, but she always had free advice for Mom on how to bring us up. And Mom would politely agree and then never take any of her advice. Aunt Hilda and Reg would always argue all the time about politics, how awful our Christmas tree was, Republicans. The 2 of them were a chorus of goddamn this and what the hell that and for Christ's sakes that. And Aunt Hilda, she used to be our babysitter too. Babysitting 8 kids is not easy. Aunt Hilda had her own unique style of handling the 8 of us. She called all of us damn little snots. She barked out commands, and this one time she had a broken leg and Johnny was causing trouble, and she yelled at him to stop, and when he didn't, she threw one of her crutches clear across the living room at John. Aunt Hilda was a motherlode for family stories. When Peg and I were around 14, all of our brothers and sisters either went off to college, joined the service, or got married, and life at home got quiet. Reach gave us all a golden rule about marriage, and that is to make sure you pick the right one. Because getting married could be the greatest thing in your life or the worst thing that ever happened to you. And we all got married. Reggie's Jeannie was the first grandchild, and after Jeannie, 22 others would arrive. And by the time Peggy and I were in our 20s, our family tripled in size. Our home was not quiet anymore. And Mom and Reach loved these little ones, and they had backyard picnics and holiday parties all the time. But I knew from experience that all of these little folks would one day grow up and have their own families, and things would get quiet for them, but not for long. In 1979, Mom got sick. And all of these little grandkids, they sent her get well cards, and she saved all of them. She had a big box full of them. And some of these cards included poetry like this one from Teresa. Dear Nanny, you are the best, so get some rest. Don't give up hope. You're as sweet as the Pope. I love you, Nanny. And this one was from Mike. Roses are red and violets are blue. I miss your pork sausages, and get well soon. In 1981, Mom lost her battle with cancer, as did Reg in 1995. They didn't get to meet the next group of great-grandkids that came along. Before Reg died, he told all of us that he and Marge were sorry that they didn't have a large inheritance to pass along to us. But he said, what we have given you is each other. And right now, all of us are all old daubers, and we've remained loving friends to this day. Mom's golden rule to love each other no matter what was the oil that eased any friction. It was cement that bound us together, and it was the music that brought harmony. In all of us, there is a deep hunger to know who we are and where we came from. This seed that was planted so long ago continues to burn brightly in all of us and in all of you, and will continue to travel forward through future generations